We all want to go to heaven, right? A mystical and amazing kingdom that only heroes or noble people can reach, only by death. After all, who does not want to reach a place where all our desires and desires come true? A place where there are no worries and no suffering? This idea of heaven has existed in the minds of humans for thousands of years. And in today's video, we will get to know one of the more interesting and fascinating variations of this concept. Meet Hyperborea, the kingdom of heaven. Hyperborea in Greek mythology was an earthly paradise far beyond the north wind. It promised eternal youth, endless abundance, and a life free from disease and conflict. This utopian haven inspired many myths, a realm mortals yearned for but could never reach. Why, you ask? Because this distant land was very inaccessible to ordinary mortals. The Greeks, masters of weaving legends, often sought Hyperborea to explain the mystical appearances or vanishings of legendary figures and objects that defied logical explanation. So what is special about this wonderland? Who lives there? Before we dive into the depths of this paradise, you are invited to subscribe to the channel and stay updated on more hidden stories of our world. So, who lives in this country, you ask yourself? In this mythical land lived a legendary race known as the Hyperboreans, who worshipped the sun god Apollo. Their name probably derives from Boreas, the god of the frozen northern wind in Greek mythology. While the existence of the Hyperboreans remains uncertain, intriguing theories link their origins to peoples dwelling north of the Black Sea or the Iron Age Celts along the Danube River. These groups traded with Mediterranean civilizations as early as the 6th century BC, sparking speculation. Celtic Britain also surfaces as a potential Hyperborean hub, deepening the mystery. Want to know more about the Celts? You are invited to click on the video that now pops up on your screen and learn more about them. Regardless of its actual location, Hyperborea, much like Atlantis, the Amazons, and the Centaurs, captured the Greek imagination as a mystical and distant culture. It represented an enigmatic society on the edge of their known world. Whether reality or legend, Hyperborea embodied a captivating and almost elusive civilization in the narratives of ancient Greece. The first mention of the Hyperboreans comes from a pottery shard from the Catalogue of Hesiod's, written in the late 8th century BC or early 7th century BC. Another early source is the Greek writer Pindarus, 522–443 BC, who noted in his Pythian Odes that Apollo lived in certain parts of the year in the land of the Hyperboreans, especially in the winter months, and he describes this place as a kind of garden, a paradise of abundance and eternal youth.
Neither by ship nor on foot could you find the miraculous way to the meeting place of the Hyperboreans. Once Perseus, the leader of his people, entered their houses and was feasting among them when he found them sacrificing the miraculous catombs of donkeys to the god. In the celebrations of those people, in their praise, Apollo is happiest, and he laughs when he sees the upright pride of the animals.
Not only Pindar recounts the exploits of this race of heroes, Herodotus, known as the father of history, our source of ancient knowledge lost over the years, and also an old Greek with an impressive beard, tells about this mysterious people.
Above the Isidones live the Arimaspians, the one-eyed. Above them dwell the Griffons guarding the gold. And above the Griffins, the Hyperboreans, whose land extends to the sea. With the exception of the Hyperboreans, all these peoples, beginning with the Harimspes, attack their neighbors in successive waves.
In addition to the Greek parliament, there is also Pliny the Elder. Don't get confused by this title. It is about a time when the average life expectancy was 30. A Roman historian who lived several hundred years and wants to be part of the Bearded Historians Club of Herodotus and his friends, tells us more about the history of the Hyperboreans.
The abodes of the natives are the forests and groves. The gods receive their worship alone and in groups, while any discord and any kind of disease are completely unknown things. Death comes to them only when they are full of life. After a career of feasting, in old age satisfied with all luxuries, they leap from a certain rock there into the sea. And this, in their opinion, is the most desirable way to end existence.
Our Roman friend brings up an interesting point about the history of these people and explains that they have eternal life that lasts as long as they desire it. Sounds like an interesting arrangement by all accounts. But our Roman friend does not stop here. He continues to praise this paradise on earth and claims that the sun always shines in Hyperborea except for one day, that the temperature is absolutely delightful, and the breeze is airy. I don't know about you, but I'm more than willing to slaughter Medusa or some centaur to get a pass into this paradise. If there's one thing we know, it's that bearded philosophers who lived hundreds of years ago didn't tend to agree with each other. But there seems to be unanimity here that Hyperborea is an eternal paradise where the sun never sets, inhabited by heroes and demigods living lives of immeasurable wealth, pleasure, and glory. It's a realm where individuals from all corners of the world converge, gathering to honor Apollo and indulge in endless parties and feasts. But that's not all. If we go back to our friends the Greek Herodotus, he tells about a group of Greeks who not only knew the Hyperboreans, they made contact with them. These were the people of the holy island of Delos. This island, deemed the birthplace of Apollo in Greek mythology, housed a central temple dedicated to the god. According to Herodotus, sacred objects were transferred from Hyperborea to Delos, implying a mystical connection. This intricate exchange of sacred items between the two lands hinted at a profound spiritual link, transcending vast distances, weaving a captivating narrative that entwined the histories of Hyperborea and Delos in the rich tapestry of ancient Greek lore. Herodotus also details that two virgin maidens, Arge and Opis, had come from Hyperborea to Delos before, as a tribute to the goddess Ilithia for ease of childbearing, accompanied by the gods themselves. The maidens received honors in Delos, where the women collected gifts from them and sang hymns to them. The myth of the Hyperboreans continues to make waves even today, when modern scholars consider the Hyperborean myth to be an amalgam of ideas from ancient utopianism, edge-of-the-earth stories, the cult of Apollo, and exaggerated reports of phenomena in northern Europe when the sun remains visible at the local midnight, called midnight sun. What is false? What is true? Did these people weave skin and sinew, or were they another failed act of the ancient world? It seems that this is another ancient secret that lies within the secret history of our world. Did you like the video? You are welcome to watch more of our content and assemble more and more parts of our mysterious world.